So pop your music on if you would like it. And then just come to lie down on your mat. So I've just got 2 yoga blocks, a little cushion and a blanket. Ready, just get yourself nice and comfy on back of body. You might have a bend in the knees, you might extend your legs. If you've got the space, then why not spread out a little bit if that feels right? You haven't already, maybe you close the eyes or you just start to blink really slowly and either fix your gaze up above or then close down the eyes. So make sure that you're warm enough, that you're comfortable enough, just for this first part of our practice where we're going to give ourselves some time and some space to just arrive. So Happy New Year, new traditional year. So of course, many of us celebrate New Year, 1st of January. Some people celebrate in February, Lunar New Year, or there's a Sabbath, a festival called Imbolc, which is the stirring of spring. Some people choose to celebrate at spring, at the equinox. Some people might choose not to celebrate at all, and that's fine. And of course, it's completely up to you whether you are a person who sets goals, intentions, resolves. If any of that resonates with you, then you could use that as part of your practice. I tend to have words, so I'll have like 3 words usually for the year. 1 or 2 come to me quite quickly. The other one normally comes to me a little bit later in the year. So again, might not be how it works for you, just sharing information. And although it is a new year, we are in the depths of winter. So in terms of nature, we are in the deepest time of rest. So our practice is going to reflect that. And maybe January can be this quite nice space of not having to rush. So the festive rush is over if we celebrated Christmas. Now, okay, yeah, it's called a new year, but perhaps we just have a bit of space. Could be creating physical space. It might be that we just give ourselves a little bit of space in the mind, a bit of time to reflect, definitely time to rest. That's what winter calls us into. So how do you physically feel? And it's not uncommon to feel like we've had a holiday if we have for Christmas and New Year, but actually we feel like we need another holiday because it was so busy. So how do you physically feel? Maybe you feel refreshed, new almost, or perhaps you feel kind of like you want to stay in hibernation. And then a moment to check in with your mental well-being, with your emotional well-being. So again, Christmas and New Year can bring up a lot of different things emotionally and mentally. And there's an invitation here, once you've had that check-in, if there is anything that you don't really want to keep in the mind, just allow yourself to release that with a couple of deep breaths. In through nose, sigh out through the mouth. Feel the body soften. Take 2 more deep breaths if it feels right for you. And then bringing awareness to your natural breath. You might bring the hands to the belly. It might just be that you take awareness there. It might be that your breath is reaching into the rib cage, slightly higher up into the chest. And we're just going to take 1 minute here in a moment just to be with our breath. So allow that to be our anchor, the point that we keep returning to. It may be enough for you that you're just noticing, breathing in, breathing out. It may be that as you breathe in, you just whisper in the mind, in or inhale, and as you breathe out, out or exhale. For some people, it works to count the breath. So as you breathe in and then breathe out, that is 1. So whatever works for you, we're going to take 1 minute just to keep returning to the breath, even if that seems like quite an arduous task of, oh, I keep getting distracted and I'm coming back, distracted, coming back. Just do your best for this next 1 minute. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Maybe breathe out through nose or sigh out through mouth. And let's start to bring a bit of movement into the body. So perhaps you stretch out the arms and legs. You have a wiggle through the face. You might make the body as long or as wide as possible if that feels right. And then let's try and make the body as small as possible. So by drawing the knees in towards you, catch hold of what works. If you have the energy, you could lift the head and shoulders away from the earth, draw the knees in towards the nose, like you're just curling into a ball. Take a breath. And then release the head and shoulders, pop the feet down onto the ground, about hip distance apart. Bring the arms down by the side of the body. The palms are to the earth. The elbows might be a little bit wider. Push down through the soles of your feet as you breathe in. Start to lift the hips up towards the sky. As you breathe out, just lowering the bum and the spine all the way back down. Take 2 more like that. Our bridge position. After that third one, just shimmy your feet out a little bit wider towards the edges of the mat. Let the thighs knock in towards each other and rest on each other. And then take the arms out if you've got space, a little bit wider, backs of the hands to the earth. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just let the knees drop to the right. Try not to move the feet too much. So we'll roll onto inner and outer edges of feet, but we're not rearranging. You might turn the gaze over to the left if that feels okay for the head and neck, up to you. Then bring in the knees and the gaze back to center. The thighs rest on each other. Breathe in. As you breathe out, let the knees drop over to the left. You might turn the gaze to the right. And the knees might be kind of hanging around mid-air. As long as that feels okay, that's absolutely fine. Outside edge of left foot, inside edge of right foot. And then let's bring it back to center. Just shimmy the feet a little bit closer together. Two options here. Be mindful of your energy levels. You could bring the knees in towards you, catch the backs of the thighs, roll up and down a couple of times, or you could roll to the right side and then come into a seated position. If Sukhasana, our cross-leg position, works, then let's put right leg in front of left leg. Sit with the spine nice and tall. We're going to bring fingertips onto the shoulders, so you've got a bend in the elbows, and then just start to roll through the shoulders. So we'll draw the elbows together and apart. Just nice and slowly. Take it in the opposite direction. And then release. Let's take a breath in, sweep the hands up towards the sky, join the palms. As you breathe out, your left hand comes down towards the ground. The right hand reaches up and over. So try not to draw the right side of the body over with you. We're just looking at upper body here. Breathe in, let's come back to center, join the palms. As we breathe out, we're going to open to your right side as we sweep the arms wide, then drop the right hand behind you, left hand onto the body where it's comfortable. Push down through the backhand or the fingertips, reach the crown of the head to the sky. And as you breathe out, just gently roll that right shoulder into our seated twist. We're going to breathe here. And you could come back to counting breath or just reminding yourself in, out, inhale, exhale. As you inhale, start to turn to center. Sweep the hands up, turn the palms forwards. Exhale, keep the bum to the earth, but fold the body forwards. Let the arms relax, the spine round, the chin tuck in towards the chest into our forward fold. Doesn't matter how far down we come. And we're going to walk the hands over to the left side. So just as far as feels comfortable. Maybe the right hand comes on top of the left hand, maybe not. Take a deep breath in and out. Come back to center. Nice big inhale as we roll all the way up. Lift the shoulders to the ears and exhale to soften. And let's switch the leg across. So we'll take left in front. Inhale, we bring the hands up towards the sky. Exhale your right hand down to the earth, left hand up and over. So again, we're keeping that left knee just nicely where it is. We're not drawing the body over. Breathe in, we come to center, join the palms in the sky. As we breathe out, we turn left. Sweep wide and relax the hands down. Inhale, lift through the spine, and as we exhale, just gently coaxing that left shoulder. Come back to the breath. With a nice deep breath in, we start to turn to center, sweep the hands towards the sky. We breathe out, keep the bum to the earth. We fold forwards, let everything round and turn inwards to the heart space. And slowly we start to walk the body over to the right side. Maybe left hand places on top of right, maybe not. So just work to whatever feels okay in your body. Slowly coming back to center, a nice deep breath in as we rise upward, shoulders come to ears, and we breathe out to release. And we're going to make our way onto hands and knees. So roll over knees or just take the legs to the side. Support your knees with a blanket if you have a kind of harder floor wherever you are. And we'll bring shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees or thereabouts. Tops of the feet press down into the ground. As we breathe in, the belly drops, the heart draws forwards, the chin just slightly lifts. As we breathe out, we push the earth away, arch the spine to the sky and look to the heart. Take 2 more, just in your own time with your own breath. And when you're ready, arrive back in tabletop. Keep the hands where they are, fingers nicely spread. I'm going to start to walk the knees backwards. So hips and knees stay in line. At a point where we've got a nice extension of the arms, we drop the elbows, let the bum lift up towards the sky. So we could stay here, just gaze towards the earth, or keep the elbows on the earth, but slide the fingertips forwards as you release your chest, maybe your forehead towards the earth. Really lengthening through the spine, opening up through front and back of body in our puppy pose. If it feels very intense through the upper body, you could cross the arms, catch hold of opposite forearms. You could use something under the chest just to give you a bit of lift and support. And we're going to come back to the breath here. Slowly starting to rise up. You might need to adjust the hands slightly in towards you. Tuck the toes, push the seat back to the heels. Just get a nice stretch into the soles of the feet for a moment. Then when you're ready, breathe in. And as you breathe out, lift the knees, take the seat to the sky, readjust the feet rather than the hands. We come into our downward facing dog. And do whatever feels right for you here. So it might be to have a sway of the hips and the bum. Might be to bend into one knee, then the other. Let the head be nice and heavy. And then let's start to walk the hands back towards the toes. Find a softness in the knees as we find our forward fold. Feet hip distance or wider will give you nice secure stance. Breathe in and just lift the gaze slightly. And then as you breathe out, really let go into your fold. Head is heavy, arms are heavy. Excuse me. Keep the feet nice and grounded to the earth, but you might again have a sway of the hips or the bum, and that will then come into upper body. So really just loosening through the body. Push down through the feet, lift the gaze, maybe bring the hands onto the knees or thighs as you just start to find your way all the way up into Tadasana. Step the feet a little bit closer together. Gaze is forwards. Roll the shoulders back, turn the palms forwards. Stand nice and tall. Gaze ahead or maybe close down the eyes. We're going to come back to 1 minute with our breath. So whether you bring the hands to the belly, whether you just notice the breath, you're counting, whatever works for you, we're going to take that 1 minute. A nice deep breath in and out. Blink the eyes open, just release from that. And intentionally just walk your way to the top of your mat if you're not there already. As you breathe in, sweep the arms up towards the sky, join the palms. Breathe out, bring them down the midline of the body when they reach the heart, bend the knees and fold forwards. Inhale, slide the hands up to maybe the shins or the knees. Lengthen the spine, the arms and the legs. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, push through the feet. Start to sweep the arms wide. Rise up towards the sky. Join the palms. And exhale to release. I'm going to take 2 more. Inhale. Exhale as we start to fold. We meet the earth, then inhale halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale as we rise up with intention. Exhale, Tadasana. Just take the last one with your own breath. We'll meet in Tadasana. Pause to reground. Let's then bring the hands into hips or waist. Step the feet a little bit closer together if that still feels okay. We're going to turn the right knee out, bring the right heel to the left inner ankle. Keep your left hip nicely tucked in and find a gazing spot forwards. So into our grounding, into our balance, into our tree. We could absolutely stay here. If you've got a wall, you could reach for the wall. You could adjust lower body. Remember, we're thinking about opening out through the hips here, not how high we can get the foot. You could adjust upper body. So find the position that feels right for you. Check in with the breath. Try not to scrunch the left toes. So we want to spread them if anything. Nice big surface area. Soft breath as we gaze ahead. Let's start to breathe in, turn that knee forwards. As we breathe out, we bring the foot to the earth and we're going to sit into our chair position. So we don't have to be too low. We want to be able to see the toes ahead of the knees really here. You could keep the hands at the heart. You could raise the fingertips, kind of got diagonal with the arms rather than straight up. That can be quite intense. You could fix your gaze, close the eyes. Just start to feel that working through lower body, spread the toes. Next breath in, lift the fingertips to the sky, lengthen the legs. Breathe out, bend the knees, fold the body forwards. Inhale halfway, lengthen through the body. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms wide. Join the palms in the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Find the comfortable standing position or the strong standing position for your Tadasana. Maybe close the eyes. We're going to return to that 1 minute with the breath. Let the shoulders soften. Nice deep breath in and out. Blinking the eyes open, finding your focus point forwards, hands come into hips or waist. We turn the left knee out this time, bring the heel to the right inner ankle. Keep that right hip nicely tucked in. And just establish that first of all. Maybe then we adjust lower body. Perhaps we adjust upper body. Steady breath. And that kind of intense focus. As we breathe in, we start to turn the knee forward. We breathe out, step the foot down, and just bend the knees, come into our chair position. See the toes. The heart and the chest stays nicely open. Maybe hands are at the heart. Maybe the fingertips lift and spread them. Spread in the toes. Utkatasana. Next, inhale, we lengthen through the whole body. As we exhale, we bend the knees and fold. Planting the fingertips to the earth. It could be the palms, depends on the length of our body. And then we're going to walk our feet back, take our bum high, find downward facing dog. If that feels a bit too much, you could come onto the knees and find tabletop. I'm going to take 4 more breaths. Nice and slowly pop yourself down onto the knees. Come into tabletop. Let's take the right toes back behind us. Just have a little flex into that foot. Lift the toes away from the earth if that feels okay. So we could be tiptoeing or lifting. If we're lifting, then we might bend the knee and just have a bit of a circle through the hip joint. Could go in both directions. And we're going to step that right foot forwards. So we can step it in one step or in a couple of steps. Fingertips or hands to the earth or maybe to your blocks. That front knee and heel are nicely aligned for strength. We could stay here. We could work our way up onto the thigh or towards the heart space or fingertips to the sky. So find the version that you feel most comfortable with. Just softening the face and the shoulders. Spread the front toes. Breathe in here. Take a breath in when it's there. As you breathe out, we're going to bring the hands back towards the earth. Step your right foot back, bring the knee down. We're going to take it over to the left side. So you could extend the left toes just to meet the earth. You might lift them away, have a little push through the heel, and then maybe bend into the knee and just start to work through the hip a little bit. Stepping that left foot forwards, just finding the right position there before you decide what kind of lunge you're taking this into. So any is fine. Work with what feels right. Nice big inhale as you exhale, bowing down to the ground. Let's take that left foot back. Take the knees out wider, turn the big toes towards each other. Seat comes back to the heels, we nuzzle it down there, and then we slide the fingertips forwards as we perhaps bring the forehead to the earth. You can always bring the forehead to a block, a cushion, a folded blanket. We're coming back to our minute here. Take your awareness to the breath. If at this point you're like, awareness of the breath is really not working for me, it doesn't work for everyone or every day, maybe you take awareness to a part or area of your body, or maybe you have a word or an intention. So it's about maintaining that presence within our practice. I'm going to take a minute here. And using the hands to push into the earth, just starting to unravel. Bring yourself into a comfortable seat, whether that be legs crossed. You might choose to have legs extended or be in butterfly. We're only going to be here for a short time. Inhale and bring the right fingertips up towards the sky. As you exhale, that hand comes over the head and just assist you in bringing the right ear down to the right shoulder. Let the left shoulder drop as well. And you might reach the left fingertips down to the ground if you feel that that adds anything for you. Let's slowly release, bring the head back to center. Inhale, left fingertips lift. Exhale, we take it over and just gently draw down to that left side and maybe reach the right hand away. And release. Just relax the hands onto the body. Next breath in, tilt the chin gently up towards the sky. Breathe out. Let's take the chin in towards the chest. I'm just going to take one more like that. We inhale, lift the chin to the sky. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest. And then the inhale brings us back to center. So from here, we're going to come down onto the ground, have everything around you that you might want. And we'll come down onto the back of the body, feet to the earth. So take your time. If you want your rest to begin as soon as you meet the mat, then that's absolutely fine. If not, we've got a couple more shapes. Completely up to you. So soles of the feet meet the earth. I'm going to bring our right knee in towards us, and either we can interlace the fingers on the shin, behind the thigh, whatever works, but we're interlacing the fingers and crossing the thumb. Let's just draw that right knee out to the side a little bit and then back in towards us. Flex the foot, so spread the toes, turn the toes in towards you. And you could keep your left foot on the earth. If you are, just note if it's kind of gone over to the left-hand side. So really firm the foot down, keep the knee to the sky. Otherwise, you might breathe out and extend the left leg away. You could bring the heel to the earth or lift the heel just a little bit away from the earth if you wish. Turn the toes back towards you. Keep a softness in the face and the shoulders. Let's bring the left foot back to the ground. Take the right foot back. Take a breath to reground through both feet. And as we inhale, that left knee comes in. We interlace. Maybe we move the interlace of the fingers down, or we take a different cross of the thumb. Draw it out to the side, back in, flex the feet, spread the toes. Either anchor that right foot to the ground, knee to the sky, or as you breathe out, extend the leg, spread the toes, flex the foot. Trying to keep both shoulder blades in touch with the earth if we can, even though we're drawing that left side of lower body out. Let's bring the right knee in to join the left, catch hold of what works. Might feel nice to have a little roll on the spine from side to side. And then if there is anything else that feels nice for you here, any final shape or just a movement, a massage, a gentle shake out, just use this opportunity, this next minute to indulge that. If nothing else particularly calls to you, then you could start getting yourself cozied up for Shavasana, relaxation. It could be on the back of your body. You might roll to the side of your body and just have a little snuggle on the side. If you prefer, you could roll over and come to a seat. So find what works for you. Make sure you are warm enough. Just ensure that if your head is on the earth, the chin is tucked a little bit in towards the chest. So really snuggle down. Close the eyes if that feels okay, or just blinking softly, fixing your gaze. And if it feels right, you might take a nice deep breath in and sigh it out. Let your body start to melt into the earth. And here, if you find that maintaining presence in your practice is tricky, just know that that is okay. That's completely normal. Maybe you come back to your breath, just that knowledge of breath being there in the background. Maybe it needs to be more in the foreground for you and you count your breath, or you're saying in, out. Or perhaps it's something different, a part of your body, a word. Just allow yourself as best as you can to soften. I'm going to take 2 minutes just to rest. Beginning to deepen your breath, let go of anything that doesn't serve you. A nice deep exhale. And it's up to you here. The beauty of practicing from wherever you are is that you could stay and enjoy some more rest. If you wish, you could gently roll yourself over onto your right or left and bring yourself to a seat. It's completely up to you. You might bring the hands onto the heart space. Maybe just taking a little moment to thank yourself. So making that space, that time for you, your practice. And we, of course, acknowledge and thank each other. And thank you very much for joining me. Hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. studio reopens tomorrow, so maybe I will see you soon. Namaste. Thanks.